Hello everybody. It's a good day today, unlike yesterday. I've remade that panel. It is now complete. Let's go have a look at it. This is only about the second time I've crawled up in here today, so there's no complaints from my knees. This thing is great. It's perfect. Like I said earlier, I traced it directly off my screen using the illustrated parts breakdown. It's phenomenal. All these big holes are push to test lamps. The smaller holes are all toggle switches. We've got 7 2-inch gauges, a 3-inch gauge, two 2.5-inch gauges, and another pair of 2-inch gauges. This is the dummy gauge that I use to do test fits with. It doesn't actually represent anything. But beneath these 3 gauges and these 3 will be a switch and a push to test lamp, like so. A little bit of a mystery, I haven't really figured this out, is how this panel actually mounts. Initially, my theory was that they used Zeus fasteners, quarter turn fasteners, whatever you want to call them, there and over there. But upon researching the museum aircraft, these holes are empty. And in one instance, they've got a plug. However, I am able to see the backside of this one from the side, and I know there's some kind of a box that goes out and allows for a mounting surface. So initially, the IPB says that these were warning lights of some sort. So I assume that's what that box that I've created allows room for simultaneous mounting of both that light and the mount back there. So let's have a look from the other side. I'd say this is a good representation of what view I do have at my disposal of this area. Is limited to a very quick boom pan of where I can see that, and that's about, it's like that, or even like that. But I know that there's something that connects to this shelf. It could be a gusset of some type, or a welded apparatus, triangulation, something. And then this other side is currently a complete mystery, but I know it resides right there because that's as close as I can get to allow access to the bolt for what will be the shock pad that lives underneath that, and then on top of another structure. And as you can see, I've made lines for where this gusset will be here, more of a platform that'll hold the shock mount, but that'll be the hole for it. It's approximate, it's not 100% yet. I don't know if this is supposed to be angled or that continues, but I do know that there's a shelf. It's around 2 inches thick, which is what I've made mine, and the bottoms are curved in on either side, 1/8 of an inch. In case you don't know how these 2-inch gauges are held, they're held in by these. One screw mounts, and the other screw you turn from the outside causes this guy right here to draw these in closer, thus squeezing the gauge, and that's how they're held in there. If you think that's fun, understand that I need one of those for virtually every one of those holes, and they're not cheap. The good news is I do have a panel that I'm sacrificing its completeness, a vintage panel, in order to get all of these guys in there. But I'm not going to install any of them until I get this new panel made. The reason I'm redoing this panel is this is predominantly a wall hanger. As you can see, it's got a lot of damaged areas. It's got a lot of inboards and outboards. and it is magnesium. So it'll be just so much quicker to take a day or two and copy it out of aluminum. I'll probably end up painting that black because I've never seen a B-36 panel that's yellow on the other side, but I like the zinc chromate look. We'll see. Hello to all my new subscribers, and thanks for all the comments. I appreciate it. Today I ordered the a sheet of 3003 16 gauge aluminum, which will allow me to build all the undersurface there and maybe even tap into the flight deck structure, the floor structure, I should say. As needed, I'll get the 20 gauge so I can cover this. I'm probably going to use something that's a little bit harder so I don't, because this stuff that I'm using now is it's kind of malleable. I want something that's really, really stout. Like this old aluminum up here, it's hard. Maybe I can find some more of that. We'll see. But that's where we're at. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I haven't really thought about it. Oh, tomorrow I'll be making the shelves and installing the shock mounts. And then I'm going to make this bracket for the shock mount and the bracket that rivets here and the two Zeus fasteners here. There's also another shock mount for this guy that is right there. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 shock mounts. And this guy, I believe he just hangs on with the quarter turn Zeus fasteners. I also learned that there's another apparatus, some sort of a thread or rod that goes from here to there. It's a strengthening bar is all the IPB says. But I'll need to put that in there. And then there's another one that runs from here to there. Did a lot of studying last night and confirming that there is an altimeter that lives right there, and this bar goes straight over the altimeter. So this bulkhead is going to go. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. First thing is I'm going to raise this bulkhead up to where this thing is flat or at a little bit of an angle, just so that altimeter will fit in there. I have an altimeter sitting right there, but I can't reach it to show you. I don't think that there's any kind of a main beam that lives here, unlike over here or like over here. We'll find out. But I'll see y'all next time.